So this is really fun, sharing my videos that I took during my first weeks of brain retraining 4 years ago, comparing myself and how I was feeling and understanding back then to where I am now. I don't know if you'll be able to detect as much of a change as I can. I feel it just watching myself and listening to myself. I knew where I was then and I know where I am now, and I can feel the difference. The links to those first two videos will be in the description of this video. The first one was all about hope, and it's a video I took on day one, and the second one is on resistance, when I quickly detected the resistance, my brain's resistance to change. And this was only within a couple, 2-3 days of my journey. And in this one, I am sharing my increasing understanding of how the daily rounds work with visualizations. It was a hard concept for me to understand, so I'm really glad to be able to look back on the two videos that I share here during the second week of brain retraining and my comfort level with visualizations. Here we go. And stick around to the end, since these videos that I'm sharing from 4 years ago are about visualizations and rounds. I have to share something about one of my visualizations and what came about in real life connecting to that visualization that I enjoyed many, many times. It was so cool. Stick around. Okay, so this is Sunday, March 13th. I started the DNRS program a week and a day ago. I had the 4 days of video training, which I actually spread out a little bit past the 4 days, but that's okay. So I guess my counting was a little off when I took that video. I consider that day 10 because March 4th was day 1 of my brain retraining. And if that was March 13th, my math says it was day 10. Either way, I was in the middle of the second week. And last weekend was a different weekend than this one is. I have been, had a really good weekend. Friday, Saturdays, today. It's been pretty joyful. I mean, I know life in general, we have our ups and downs, right? So I'm just going to appreciate it for what it is. I have been doing my training. It requires an hour's worth of training a day. And you can break it down into increments, either 2 half-hour or 4 15-minute rounds. So by rounds, it's a certain process of particular steps prior to creating visualizations, a memory visualization and then a future visualization. And this was a process that took me a long time to find my groove. Needing to do 60 minutes a day, I at first did 4 15-minute rounds a day. I might do 1 or 2 back to back in the morning and then 2 more in the evening, or it took me a while to get my groove. Eventually I found it comfortable for me to do 3 20-minute rounds. It varied, but as long as I was doing them and going with it and just continuing day to day, I gave myself the approval that I was doing what I needed to do. And yes, I will admit, there are days when I did not do my rounds. But part of my process was letting that go, because shaming myself does not benefit the brain retraining process at all. The best thing is to continue that effort the best I could. And it was a continued process of finding my groove. Like I said, let's keep going. Whatever works for me. I think I do better with smaller increments because I have a hard time with focus but I'm getting better at it. And I'm really, I'll be honest, when I first started, I thought, really? Is this really what I need to do? And visualizations kinds of things are hard for me, and but I'm enjoying it, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to keep at it, and I am super hopeful. Doing the training, it makes too much sense to me. I've connected too many dots. I just really have faith in it. And I'm going to appreciate how I'm feeling at the moment. And it's happy and joyful. And I really feel strong right now. So I'm going to keep at it. We'll see. So it looks like I made another video the next day with continued growth in finding my groove with visualizations, as well as the lifting of weights. As you'll see, it just is a reminder for me of that lightness that occurred and that feeling of heaviness starting to dissolve. Again, I highly recommend, if you are brain retraining, to take some videos along the way, because returning to those and having that reminder of where you were and transformations that transpired, those can be forgotten, through the process. We can keep going, and it's like, trucking along and thinking, did I change that much? But when I can look back on these videos, it's a great reminder for me, and it's only a benefit. So a recommendation of mine, but let's keep going. All right, this is the evening on Monday, March 14th. I'm into the second week of doing my practices, doing my rounds. I'm finally getting really good in salad. It's only been a handful of days where I've actually feel like I know what I'm confident in what I'm doing, and I feel good. I don't know, my body feels lighter. I'm kind of envisioning the untangled mess in my... So as you'll see in another future video of my past videos, this isn't the first time where I share that experience of feeling that untangling of those crossed wires in my brain that had been having me react unnecessarily to things, and feeling that. Just actually seeing that video again and recording this one, I just have those goosebumps and that feeling of lightness that I experienced then. I don't know. It's something that's only felt within, and I hope that you are able to experience something similar or have, and you can share that. If this resonates with you, let's get a conversation going in the comments. Anyway, in the meantime, let's keep going. In my head, I feel like I'm envisioning it all untangling. I just feel physically lighter. This morning, I did wake up distracted. Well, I'll use that word. I feel like the last 2 nights I slept more heavily. I still woke up a couple times, but I really feel like last night I slept really good. And I know I did because I woke up with a very detailed dream. I had a very long, detailed dream, although it wasn't a pleasant one. So when I got up and I just laid in bed and did my rounds from there, I just couldn't even get up, but I needed my mind to go to a different place. And so I did that. And then this was a reminder of the way I would often wake up in the morning prior to starting brain retraining, with ruminating thoughts and letting them continue, because I didn't have any tools to stop that process. So having this experience with visualizations and having that moment where I needed to transition away from those thoughts, and just doing a visualization before even getting out of bed was powerful. And it's something that I'll still use from time to time. Yeah, good stuff. I like to get up and I like quiet in the house. I get my breakfast and my coffee and I sit at my computer and I love the quiet and look out the window, but I needed the distraction in my brain. So I got some happy music going, some 80s music, some upbeat music that I could connect to from the 80s, and it felt joyful. And so this was my first mood elevating tool that I used intentionally to lift me at times such as this, or to keep me elevated at times when I'm already in a good space. Using music, I eventually created a morning playlist. I titled it my morning playlist, that I would turn on in the morning when I got up making breakfast and just kind of move my body to it. And I shared this in another video. I'm creating a playlist of my mood elevating tools, and this music tool is my first one. And the link, again, is in the description of this video. Let's keep going. I feel I'm much more aware of my thoughts and how to redirect them, and the need to redirect them, and and how I need some more tools. I mean, having these tools in my pocket is awesome, and I know I'm just going to continue to increase those tools, and that's powerful, and it's empowering, and it feels good. So anyway, just thought I'd check in, and tomorrow's another day. Bye. Okay, so as promised, I'm going to share a connection between a visualization that I used to do and still do from time to time, one of my favorites, and how it connected to a current real life experience after doing that visualization several times. So this particular visualization, the memory portion was of a bike that my dad had bought, a used bike, and then he transformed it into a beautiful little yellow bike for me when I was a little girl. So I expanded that visualization into a lovely feel-good story. It was a feel-good story. And then I created a future visualization of me taking a plane ride to Vermont in the fall to enjoy the beautiful leaves, and rented a yellow bike to ride down a bike trail. So I did that visualization many times. I even created a video. I have a playlist in the descriptions. You can see it in the descriptions. There's a playlist of my personal visualizations that I created to share. So I used that visualization numerous times and thoroughly enjoyed it. And then about a year and a half ago, my husband and we went on a little getaway to a bed and breakfast, not in Vermont, but it was in the fall. And look what was in the front of the bed and breakfast we stayed at. That was so cool. It was such a reminder to me of the power of visualizations in more ways than one. Well, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this and look forward to the next video that I will share from my first couple months of brain retraining. Until next time, bye.